The question of whether humanity is alone in the vast expanse of the universe has intrigued people for millennia. From ancient cultures interpreting celestial phenomena as messages from otherworldly beings to the modern era's countless reports of unidentified flying objects, the fascination with extraterrestrial life remains a persistent thread woven through human history. This curiosity drives us to explore, to imagine, and to theorize about life beyond our planet, often blending myth, speculation, and scientific inquiry. Convincing Alien Theories captures this blend of wonder and skepticism, offering a lens through which we can examine the most compelling ideas that have emerged over time. Throughout history, civilizations like the Sumerians and Egyptians depicted strange beings and objects in their art and texts, sparking debate about whether these were early encounters with alien visitors or symbolic representations of divine forces. In more recent centuries, reports of mysterious flying objects and strange lights in the sky have fueled a growing body of accounts. From the famous Roswell incident in 1947 to ongoing government investigations, these events have shaped not only popular culture, but also serious, scientific and philosophical discussions regarding the possibility of intelligent life beyond Earth. By delving into these convincing alien theories, we embark on a journey that connects ancient lore with contemporary evidence, highlighting how humanity's quest to understand the unknown continues to inspire exploration and debate. This exploration sets the foundation for a broader understanding of why the notion of aliens persists and evolves, influencing everything from scientific hypotheses to cultural narratives, long before the age of modern space exploration and science fiction. Ancient civilizations laid the groundwork for what would become some of the most enduring and controversial ideas about extraterrestrial life. The concept that beings from beyond Earth might have visited humanity in the distant past, often called the ancient astronaut theory, has fascinated researchers, writers, and enthusiasts for over a century, while mainstream archaeology and history attribute the accomplishments of early peoples to human ingenuity and culture. There are certain artifacts, texts, and monuments that some argue hint at knowledge or encounters that surpass what could be explained by their time. To understand these early alien theories, one must delve into the cultural and historical contexts of civilizations such as the Sumerians, Egyptians, and Mayans, whose enigmatic records continue to fuel speculation. The Sumerians, often regarded as the cradle of civilization, thrived in Mesopotamia roughly 4,000 to 5,000 years ago. Their contributions to writing, law, and urban development remain foundational to human history. Among their most remarkable legacies are the cuneiform tablets, clay inscriptions that preserve myths, religious texts, and administrative records. Some of these tablets describe the Anunnaki, a group of deities said to have descended from the heavens. According to interpretations popularized in modern alternative history circles, these Anunnaki were not mere gods, but extraterrestrial visitors, who played a crucial role in humanity's origins. Proponents of this view point to the writings of Zecharia Sitchin, who argued that the Anunnaki came from a yet-to-be-discovered planet called Nibiru and genetically engineered humans to serve as workers in their mining operations. While conventional scholars largely reject these claims, citing linguistic inaccuracies and a lack of evidence, the mythos of the Anunnaki has become a cornerstone of ancient astronaut theories. Similarly, ancient Egypt's monumental architecture and rich iconography have provided fertile ground for alien hypotheses. The Great Pyramids of Giza, the Sphinx, and various hieroglyphic inscriptions evoke a civilization capable of remarkable feats in engineering, astronomy, and art. Some theorists argue that the precision and scale of the pyramids surpass what should have been achievable with the technology available at the time, suggesting guidance or direct intervention from extraterrestrial beings. Furthermore, certain Egyptian hieroglyphs depict figures with elongated helmets or helmets resembling modern-day space helmets, which some interpret as stylized representations of alien visitors. One often cited example is the Dendora light, a carving in the Hathor temple at Dendera, which some claim resembles an electrical lamp, something far ahead of its time and possibly evidence of advanced alien technology. Egyptologists, however, interpret these symbols as religious or mythological motifs without extraterrestrial meaning, explaining that the images reflect symbolic or ritualistic concepts. Moving across continents to Mesoamerica, the Mayan civilization has also attracted interest in the context of alien theories. The Mayans, renowned for their complex calendar systems, astronomical observations, and architectural wonders, left behind codices and ruins that some believe encode knowledge imparted by otherworldly intelligences. The famous Nazca lines in present-day Peru, although created by the Nazca culture and not the Mayans, also figure prominently in ancient astronaut discussions. These enormous geoglyphs, visible only from the air, depict animals, humans, and geometric shapes, sparking speculation about their purpose. Some suggest they served as landing strips for alien craft or as messages to beings in the sky. Scholars argue, however, that the lines had religious and cultural significance tied to water and fertility rites, and their visibility from above was incidental rather than intentional. The cultural context of these ancient civilizations is essential to understanding why such interpretations arise. In societies where myth and history intertwine, the stories of gods descending from the sky can be viewed through multiple lenses. Ancient peoples often explained natural phenomena and the origins of life by invoking divine intervention. The idea that these gods might be extraterrestrials is a modern reinterpretation, blending archaeological discoveries with contemporary fascination with space and technology. It is this fusion of the ancient and the modern that keeps the theories alive and captivating. Moreover, some artifacts challenge easy explanations. For instance, the Dropa stones, allegedly discovered in a remote Chinese cave, are said by some to bear inscriptions that detail the crash landing of an alien spacecraft thousands of years ago. While the authenticity and existence of the stones are highly disputed and likely a hoax, they represent the kind of evidence enthusiasts look for to link humanity's past with alien contact. Similarly, the Baghdad battery, a small artifact resembling a galvanic cell, has been cited as potential evidence of ancient knowledge of electricity, possibly imparted by advanced visitors. Mainstream archaeology offers practical explanations for these objects within their cultural contexts, but the allure of extraterrestrial influence persists. These ancient theories do not rely solely on material culture, but also on interpretations of myth and religious text. The Sumerian epic of Gilgamesh, Egyptian Book of the Dead, and Mayan Popol VA contain accounts of divine or semi-divine beings interacting with humans, bestowing knowledge and shaping civilization. Some researchers suggest these texts describe real encounters with technologically advanced visitors encoded in metaphorical language that survived through generations. Such interpretations often hinge on symbolic readings rather than literal translations. illustrating how myth and history blur in this arena. What sets ancient astronaut theories apart is their appeal to mystery and the unknown. They offer an alternative history that challenges orthodox narratives, inviting people to reconsider humanity's origins and potential connections to the cosmos. While critics argue that these ideas often underestimate the ingenuity and resourcefulness of ancient peoples, the theories tap into a universal human desire to belong to a larger story, one that transcends Earth and links us to the stars. In examining the roots of alien theories in ancient civilizations, it is also important to recognize how modern technology and popular culture influence interpretations. The invention of the telescope, the dawn of space exploration, and the explosion of science fiction in literature and media have reshaped how people view the past. This cultural feedback loop reinforces and reinterprets ancient mysteries in light of contemporary knowledge and imagination. As we transition to later historical periods and modern sightings, it becomes clear that humanity's fascination with extraterrestrials has evolved, but remains consistent. From the Anunnaki to the Nazca lines, these early theories have laid the conceptual groundwork that informs current debates and beliefs about alien life. Understanding these foundations helps contextualize why reports of UFOs and government investigations resonate so deeply today, linking ancient mythologies to modern phenomena in a continuum of cosmic curiosity. By the mid-20th century, humanity's gaze had firmly turned toward the skies, not only in scientific curiosity, but also through a growing cultural fascination with unidentified flying objects UFOs. While ancient tales and theories of extraterrestrial visitors had long persisted, the event that most significantly propelled alien speculation into the public consciousness occurred in the summer of 1947 near Roswell, New Mexico. This incident marked a pivotal moment, not just for UFO enthusiasts, but for American culture and global perceptions of extraterrestrial life. The Roswell crash became the foundation upon which much of the modern UFO mythology and the persistent notion of government cover-ups were built, transforming speculative ideas into widely held beliefs. The story began in early July 1947, when rancher Mac Brazel discovered unusual debris scattered across his property roughly 75 miles northwest of Roswell. These fragments, initially described as lightweight metallic materials, puzzled Brazel enough to report the find to local authorities. Soon, the military became involved, and on July 8th, the Roswell Army Airfield, RAAF, issued a press release stating that they had recovered a flying disc. This brief announcement ignited a media frenzy, sparking headlines across newspapers that hinted at the recovery of a crashed extraterrestrial craft. The initial military excitement appeared to validate the existence of alien visitors, capturing the imagination of the American public. However, within a day, the military retracted their statement, clarifying that the debris was, in fact, from a weather balloon. The Army produced photos of the wreckage, including a balloon and a radar reflector, to support their claim. This sudden reversal sowed confusion and skepticism. Reporters, residents, and conspiracy theorists questioned the credibility of the official narrative. Was this a genuine weather balloon, or was it a carefully orchestrated cover-up? The abrupt change in the military's explanation planted the seeds of doubt that would blossom into decades of speculation and investigation. The context of the Cold War heightened anxieties surrounding the Roswell incident. In 1947, the United States was deeply entrenched in a tense geopolitical struggle with the Soviet Union. Surveillance and intelligence gathering were of paramount importance, and the military was experimenting with new technologies, including high-altitude balloons designed for reconnaissance missions, later revealed to be part of Project Mogul. This secret program aimed to detect Soviet nuclear tests by monitoring sound waves in the upper atmosphere. The classified nature of Project Mogul partially explains the military's initial reluctance to disclose the true source of the debris. To keep the project under wraps, the weather balloon story was a convenient cover. Despite the official weather balloon explanation, witness testimonies began to emerge that painted a dramatically different picture. Several local residents reported seeing strange lights in the sky days before the debris was found. Some claimed to have encountered alien bodies at the crash site, describing them as small humanoid figures with large heads and eyes. These accounts, often collected decades later, contributed to a growing mythology surrounding Roswell. The first detailed public testimony of such claims came in the late 1970s and early 1980s, notably through the works of authors like Stanton Friedman and Charles Berlitz, who popularized the idea of alien bodies recovered by the military. This era also saw the rise of UFO conspiracy theories, fueled by a mistrust of government institutions and the secrecy enveloping Cold War military projects. The Roswell incident became emblematic of a broader belief that governments worldwide were hiding knowledge of extraterrestrial contact from the public. The narrative of alien visitation was no longer confined to folklore or fringe speculation. It became entwined with distrust of authority, influencing popular culture in profound ways. Films, television shows, and books capitalized on this fascination, embedding the imagery of flying saucers and extraterrestrial beings into the collective consciousness. One particularly influential moment in cementing Roswell's place in UFO lore was the publication of the 1980 book The Roswell Incident by Charles Berlitz and William Moore. This work compiled eyewitness testimonies and official documents to argue that the government had deliberately concealed evidence of an alien crash and recovery operation. The book ignited public interest, inspiring further investigations, documentaries, and a dedicated community of researchers determined to uncover the truth. Subsequent books and films, such as Roswell 1994 and the television series The X-Files, drew heavily from these themes, amplifying Roswell's mystique. The US government's responses over the years have done little to quell speculation. In the 1990s, the Air Force released 2 detailed reports aimed at debunking Roswell alien claims. The first, titled The Roswell Report: Fact versus Fiction in the New Mexico Desert, concluded that the debris was part of Project Mogul, explaining the military's secrecy as a necessary measure during a sensitive time. The second report addressed claims of recovered alien bodies, attributing them to misidentified military crash test dummies used in high-altitude balloon experiments. However, for many believers, these official explanations only reinforce suspicions of a cover-up, as the lack of transparency fed into a broader narrative of government deception. The Roswell incident also catalyzed a unique subculture centered around UFO research and alien contact. The small town of Roswell itself transformed into a tourist destination, hosting annual UFO festivals and museums dedicated to extraterrestrial lore. This local embrace of the incident reflects a larger cultural phenomenon where myths intersect with economic interests and identity formation. Enthusiasts from around the world visit Roswell, seeking connection to what they consider a pivotal moment in human history. The blend of commerce, community, and conspiracy illustrates how alien theories have transcended mere speculation to become an influential cultural force. Moreover, Roswell sparked a wave of reported UFO sightings and abduction narratives across the United States and globally. The 1950s and 1960s, in particular, saw a surge in reports of unexplained aerial phenomena. These accounts ranged from mysterious lights and shapes to detailed encounters with alien beings. Some of these stories introduced new elements into the UFO narrative, such as the idea of extraterrestrial abductions and implantations, which remain prevalent today. Psychological, social, and cultural factors contribute to the persistence and evolution of these accounts. But their link to Roswell as a symbolic starting point is undeniable. The incident's influence extends beyond popular culture into the realm of government and scientific inquiry. In recent decades, several government programs have been established to investigate UFOs. Most notably, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program AATIP, revealed in 2017. This acknowledgement of official interest in unexplained phenomena reflects an ongoing tension between secrecy and public curiosity, tension that Roswell exemplified decades earlier. The incident serves as a reminder of the complexities involved in discerning fact from fiction, truth from myth, in the domain of UFOs. As we move forward from Roswell's foundational impact, it becomes evident that the incident did more than just spark curiosity. It fundamentally altered how societies perceive the possibility of extraterrestrial life. The event established a template for understanding and interpreting UFO sightings, government secrecy, and public fascination. This template continues to shape discourse today, bridging early alien theories rooted in ancient history with the dynamic, media-driven narratives of the modern era. The cultural reverberations of Roswell are a testament to humanity's enduring quest to comprehend its place in the cosmos and the mysterious signals that might come from beyond. Following the surge of public interest in UFOs triggered by incidents like Roswell, governments around the world, and particularly the United States, found themselves compelled to address the phenomenon with formal investigations. These initiatives aimed both to understand the unexplained aerial sightings and to manage public perception, balancing national security concerns with growing curiosity and speculation. Among the most notable were Project Blue Book and the Condon Report, which together shaped the official stance on UFOs for decades and played a pivotal role in framing the discourse between skepticism and belief in extraterrestrial visitation. Project Blue Book, initiated in 1952 by the United States Air Force, became the most famous and longest-running official investigation into UFOs. Its primary objective was to determine whether UFO sightings posed any threat to national security and to scientifically analyze the reports to either explain or debunk them. Over nearly 2 decades, Project Blue Book collected, catalogued, and studied more than 12,000 UFO reports submitted by military personnel, pilots, and civilians alike. The project's extensive archives reveal a range of cases from straightforward misidentifications of aircraft and natural phenomena to more perplexing and unresolved incidents. Early in its operation, Project Blue Book sought to demonstrate a rational, scientific approach to UFO sightings, employing experts in various fields to scrutinize the evidence. Scientists and analysts examined photographs, radar data, and eyewitness testimonies, looking for patterns or signs of advanced technology. Many of the sightings were conclusively identified as weather balloons, conventional aircraft, atmospheric phenomena such as lenticular clouds, or astronomical objects like Venus. These findings helped to temper some of the public's more sensational claims and contributed to a degree of institutional skepticism, toward alien theories. However, not all cases could be easily explained, and some reports involved credible witnesses, including military pilots and radar operators, who described objects exhibiting flight characteristics beyond known capabilities. These anomalies fostered a sense of ambiguity and fueled ongoing debates within and outside the Air Force. The government faced the difficult task of addressing these unexplained cases without causing public panic or inadvertently confirming the existence of extraterrestrial visitors. As Project Blue Book progressed, it became clear that the investigation was as much about public relations as scientific inquiry. The Cold War context added layers of complexity, as the US military was concerned about potential Soviet deception or advanced aircraft disguised as UFOs. Keeping the public calm and maintaining the Air Force's credibility became priorities, alongside factual analysis. By the late 1960s, however, criticism mounted regarding the project's perceived inability to resolve the UFO mystery definitively. Skeptics accused Project Blue Book of dismissing credible evidence, while believers argued the government was suppressing information. This climate of scrutiny and skepticism culminated in the commissioning of the Condon Committee in 1966, led by physicist Edward Condon at the University of Colorado. The committee was tasked with conducting an independent scientific study of UFO reports and evaluating whether continued government investigation was warranted. The Condon Report, published in 1968, became a landmark document that effectively recommended the termination of official UFO research by the Air Force. The report concluded that the majority of UFO sightings could be explained by conventional phenomena or misidentifications, and that the few remaining unexplained cases did not provide sufficient evidence of extraterrestrial origin or pose a threat to national security. It argued that further study was unlikely to yield significant scientific discoveries, urging the government to discontinue formal investigations. The report's skeptical tone and authoritative backing dealt a blow to UFO research and alien theories within official circles. Nevertheless, the Condon Report's conclusions were met with mixed reactions. Many in the scientific community accepted the findings as a rational assessment, endorsing the view that UFOs did not merit further serious attention. Yet, for UFO enthusiasts and some former Project Blue Book personnel, the report was seen as flawed, incomplete, or biased. They pointed to unresolved cases and alleged inconsistencies, claiming that the government had an interest in downplaying or dismissing evidence. This tension between official skepticism and public fascination continued to fuel conspiracy theories about government cover-ups. Beyond the US, other governments undertook their own investigations into UFO phenomena, often influenced by the American approach. For instance, the United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense operated similar projects to assess UFO reports, releasing files to the public decades later, many of which showed mundane explanations but also contained unexplained cases. In France, the Group for the Study of Unidentified Aerospace Phenomena, GEPAN, later known as SEPRA and then GIPAN, conducted scientific studies, maintaining a more transparent stance. These international efforts mirrored the global nature of UFO sightings and contributed to a complex mosaic of official responses. The legacy of these government projects is multifaceted. On one hand, they provided a wealth of data and established protocols for collecting and analyzing UFO reports, bringing a degree of rigor and seriousness to a subject often dismissed as fringe. On the other hand, the official narratives of skepticism and the closing of formal investigations reinforced the notion of an unresolved mystery, perpetuating public curiosity and suspicion. Moreover, the secrecy and classified nature of certain military programs contributed to the mythos surrounding UFOs and aliens. The existence of black projects and advanced experimental aircraft, such as the U-2 and later the SR-71 Blackbird, often operating under strict confidentiality, led many to speculate that some UFO sightings could be tests of secret technology rather than extraterrestrial encounters. This ambiguity blurred the lines between genuine, unexplained phenomena and earthly military secrets, making it difficult for the public to separate fact from fiction. The tension between official dismissal and public intrigue also affected media portrayals and cultural narratives. Documentaries, news reports, and books frequently referenced Project Blue Book and the Condon Report, sometimes framing them as evidence of government transparency and other times as symbols of institutional deception. The debate over the credibility of these projects mirrors broader societal struggles with authority, truth, and the unknown in recent years. Renewed interest in UFOs has led to the release of previously classified documents and official statements, acknowledging unidentified aerial phenomena (UAPs). This modern openness contrasts with the cautious skepticism of earlier decades, suggesting a shift in how governments approach the topic. Nevertheless, the groundwork laid by early projects like Blue Book and the Condon Committee continues to influence public discourse and scientific attitudes. Ultimately, government investigations into UFOs have both lent credibility and fostered skepticism toward alien theories. By systematically examining sightings, these initiatives showed that many phenomena have earthly explanations. Yet the persistence of unexplained cases ensures that curiosity endures. The balance between debunking myths and acknowledging mysteries remains a defining feature of the UFO narrative, shaped in large part by these official projects. As we move beyond government investigations, it is important to consider how the evolution of technology, public access to information, and cultural changes have further shaped perceptions of extraterrestrial life and UFOs. The legacy of these projects continues to ripple through contemporary discussions, setting the stage for ongoing exploration and debate. As the modern UFO culture gained momentum in the mid-20th century, a new and deeply personal aspect of alien encounters emerged: the phenomenon of alien abductions. Unlike sightings of strange craft in the sky or mysterious crashes, abduction narratives focus on individual experiences of being taken against one's will by extraterrestrial beings. These accounts, often involving detailed recollections of invasive examinations and telepathic communications, added an unsettling and intimate dimension to the public's fascination with alien life. The rise of abduction reports not only expanded the scope of alien theories, but also sparked widespread cultural and scientific interest, making the phenomenon a complex blend of mystery, fear, and psychological inquiry. The first widely publicized alien abduction case, and arguably the most influential, is that of Betty and Barney Hill. In September 1961, this couple from New Hampshire reported a terrifying encounter while driving home late at night. They described seeing a bright light in the sky that followed their car, and shortly thereafter found themselves subjected to examination aboard a spacecraft. The Hills recounted detailed descriptions of humanoid beings with large eyes and peculiar features, as well as an experience of missing time, a hallmark symptom in many abduction accounts. Their story quickly attracted national media attention and was extensively investigated by researchers. including psychiatrist John Mack, who later became a prominent figure studying abduction phenomena. The Betty and Barney Hill case established many of the common elements that would define subsequent abduction reports: the presence of small grey beings, medical-like procedures, telepathic communication, and the experience of lost or recovered memories often triggered by hypnosis. While some skeptics dismiss the account as a fabricated story or psychological aberration, others found it compelling enough to treat abductions as a genuine phenomenon worthy of study. Over the following decades, hundreds of similar cases surfaced worldwide, with individuals sharing remarkably consistent details despite geographic and cultural differences. Several high-profile abduction cases further solidified the phenomenon's place in the public consciousness. In the late 1970s, the story of Travis Walton, a logger from Arizona, gained widespread attention when he claimed to have been abducted by a UFO and missing for 5 days. Walton's account included detailed descriptions of alien beings and the interior of a spacecraft. His story was later adapted into the 1993 film Fire in the Sky, which dramatized his experience and helped bring abduction narratives into popular culture. Another notable case involved Whitley Strieber, an author who documented his own alleged abduction in the 1980 book Communion. Strieber's detailed and deeply personal account struck a chord with readers and contributed to the normalization and proliferation of abduction stories. The cultural impact of alien abduction narratives is profound. They have inspired countless books, movies, television shows, and documentaries, weaving alien abduction into the fabric of modern mythology. This popularity reflects broader societal themes such as fears of loss of control, invasion of privacy, and the unknown aspects of human consciousness. Abduction stories tap into deep anxieties about bodily autonomy and identity, resonating with audiences far beyond traditional UFO enthusiasts. Moreover, these narratives often emphasize a transformative or spiritual component, with some abductees reporting heightened awareness or warnings about humanity's future, further complicating the cultural significance of the phenomenon. From a psychological perspective, researchers have proposed various explanations for why people report abduction experiences. Some argue that abductions are a form of sleep paralysis state in which individuals are conscious but unable to move, often accompanied by vivid hallucinations or feelings of presence. This hypothesis accounts for the common elements of fear, paralysis, and sensory experiences reported in abduction stories. Others suggest that abduction memories may result from false memories or confabulations triggered by hypnosis or suggestive questioning, highlighting the brain's vulnerability to creating vivid, realistic experiences that are not grounded in external events. Sociological factors also play a crucial role in the persistence and spread of abduction narratives. The phenomenon is often viewed through the lens of cultural contagion, where media portrayals and social networks influence the content and interpretation of experiences. As alien abduction became a recognizable trope in popular culture, individuals who experienced unexplained events or vivid dreams might interpret them through this framework, reinforcing the collective narrative. The role of community and support groups for abductees further strengthens these shared beliefs, providing validation and social cohesion that help sustain the phenomenon. Historically, accounts resembling abductions predate the modern era, though they were often framed in religious or supernatural terms. Medieval and early modern reports of demonic possession, fairy abductions, or encounters with spirits share similarities with contemporary alien abduction stories, suggesting a possible cultural reinterpretation of recurring human experiences of altered consciousness or trauma. This historical continuity points to underlying psychological and social mechanisms that transcend specific cultural contexts, even as the content of the narratives evolves. Despite skepticism from much of the scientific community, some researchers advocate for a more nuanced understanding of abduction phenomena. Psychologist John Mack, a Harvard professor, approached the subject by listening to abductees without dismissing their accounts outright, emphasizing the significance of the experiences regardless of their objective reality. Mack argued that the psychological and existential impact of these experiences on individuals warranted serious attention, regardless of whether the events were literally extraterrestrial. His approach shifted the conversation from debunking to empathetic exploration, influencing how abduction narratives are studied and understood. Technological advances in neuroimaging and cognitive science have opened new avenues for investigating the psychological basis of abduction experiences. Studies exploring brain activity during sleep paralysis, memory formation, and trauma have offered insights into how such vivid and distressing experiences might arise internally. Nonetheless, the subjective reality of abductees remains a powerful force in sustaining belief and public interest. The intersection of alien abduction stories with religious and spiritual themes also complicates their interpretation. Some abductees report encounters that include messages about humanity's destiny, warnings about ecological crises, or invitations to spiritual awakening. This blend of science fiction, spirituality, and psychology creates a rich and multifaceted phenomenon that defies easy categorization. It suggests that alien abduction narratives fulfill diverse psychological and cultural needs, offering explanations for personal and collective anxieties about the future and the unknown. As alien abduction reports continue into the 21st century, they reflect changing social dynamics and technological landscapes. The rise of the internet and social media has facilitated the rapid dissemination of stories and the formation of global communities of experiencers. This connectivity has amplified the visibility of abduction narratives and created new opportunities for collective meaning-making. At the same time, the democratization of information and the proliferation of hoaxes and misinformation challenge the credibility of individual claims, fostering ongoing debate. In summary, the alien abduction phenomenon stands as one of the most compelling and complex facets of modern extraterrestrial lore, rooted in high-profile cases like Betty and Barney Hill, and expanded through cultural representation, psychological inquiry, and social dynamics. Abduction narratives reveal much about human fears, beliefs, and the quest for meaning. Whether viewed as literal encounters, psychological experiences, or cultural myths, the persistence and evolution of these stories underscore the powerful role that alien theories continue to play in shaping human understanding of the cosmos and ourselves. The fascination with extraterrestrial life has not only been a matter of speculation and scientific inquiry, but has also deeply permeated the cultural fabric through literature, film, and television. These media have shaped public perceptions of aliens, turning abstract theories and isolated reports into vivid, accessible stories that both reflect and influence societal attitudes toward the unknown. From the pioneering imagination of H.G. Wells in the late 19th century to today's multifaceted portrayals, popular culture has played a pivotal role in framing how humanity envisions and relates to the possibility of beings beyond Earth. The literary roots of extraterrestrial themes can be traced back to H.G. Wells's groundbreaking novel, The War of the Worlds. Published in 1898, Wells's depiction of Martians invading Earth was not merely a thrilling tale of science fiction, but a profound exploration of imperialism, technology, and human vulnerability. His narrative portrayed aliens as advanced, ruthless invaders, using superior technology to overwhelm humanity. This portrayal resonated with contemporary anxieties about colonialism and the rapid pace of technological change. The novel's widespread popularity established a template for imagining aliens as both a threat and a mirror to human fears, setting the stage for future depictions in various media as the 20th century unfolded. Science fiction literature expanded, introducing a variety of alien types from hostile conquerors to benevolent explorers. Writers like Edgar Rice Burroughs, author of the John Carter of Mars series, and later Arthur C. Clarke and Isaac Asimov, offered diverse visions of extraterrestrial beings. Some works emphasized the wonder and potential for peaceful contact, while others explored darker themes of invasion and subjugation. This literary evolution reflected broader cultural shifts, including the optimism of the space age and Cold War fears. The advent of cinema in the early 20th century brought alien stories to life in unprecedented ways. Films like Metropolis 1927 and Flash Gordon serials introduced audiences to futuristic visions and interplanetary adventures. However, it was the post-World War II era that truly ignited the alien craze on the silver screen. The 1950s, in particular, saw an explosion of UFO and alien invasion movies, paralleling the height of Cold War tensions and nuclear anxieties. Classics such as The Day the Earth Stood Still, 1951, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1956, used extraterrestrial motifs to explore themes of fear, conformity, and the threat of the other. These films often reflected societal concerns about communism, technology, and the potential consequences of humanity's own destructive capabilities. Television further amplified alien narratives, bringing them into the daily lives of millions. Shows like The Twilight Zone, 1959 to 1964, frequently featured episodes centered on alien encounters, blending science fiction with moral and philosophical questions. Star Trek, debuting in 1966, was particularly influential in portraying a hopeful, diverse future where humans interact with a multitude of alien species. The series emphasized exploration, cooperation, and understanding, offering a counterpoint to earlier depictions of aliens as enemies. Its impact extended beyond entertainment, inspiring generations of scientists, engineers, and thinkers to contemplate humanity's place in the universe. The late 20th century and early 21st century witnessed a diversification of alien portrayals, mirroring evolving cultural landscapes. Films such as E.T., The Extraterrestrial 1982 introduced the concept of the alien as a misunderstood friend or childlike figure, evoking empathy rather than fear. In contrast, movies like Alien 1979 and Predator 1987 explored the darker, more primal aspects of extraterrestrials as dangerous predators, blending science fiction with horror. This duality reflects a complex human relationship with the unknown, oscillating between curiosity, hope, and dread. Science fiction literature and media also began exploring more nuanced and sophisticated ideas about alien life. Writers like Octavia Butler and China Miéville incorporated themes of identity, otherness, and post-colonialism, challenging simplistic notions of extraterrestrials as merely good or evil. Television series such as The X-Files, 1993 to 2018 combined conspiracy theories with paranormal investigation, intertwining government secrecy with alien phenomena, deeply influencing public perceptions of real-world UFO reports and alien theories. Moreover, the rise of the internet and digital media has transformed how alien stories are created and shared. Online forums, fan fiction, and independent films have democratized storytelling, allowing diverse voices to contribute to the ongoing alien narrative. This participatory culture blurs the lines between fiction, personal experience, and conspiracy, sustaining the popularity of extraterrestrial themes in contemporary society. These cultural representations have a feedback effect on public belief and speculation about aliens. Visual and narrative tropes developed in literature and media often inform how people interpret real-life sightings or experiences. For example, the grey alien archetypes, more-bodied beings with large heads and eyes had become a pervasive image, widely recognized and reported in abduction accounts. This interplay between fiction and reported experience creates a dynamic where cultural products shape expectations, which in turn influence individual testimonies to popular cultures. Depiction of aliens also reflects broader societal issues, including race, gender, and power. Aliens often symbolize the other, allowing societies to grapple with themes of inclusion, fear of difference, and the consequences of contact with the unknown. In some narratives, extraterrestrials serve as allegories for marginalized groups, or represent internal human struggles, enriching the interpretative possibilities of these stories. The commercial success of alien-themed media underscores their resonance with audiences. Blockbuster franchises such as Star Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe incorporate alien species and cosmic conflicts, blending mythology, technology, and adventure. These stories offer escapism but also prompt reflection on ethical and existential questions: what it means to be human, how to respond to difference, and what our cosmic future might entail. In tracing the depiction of extraterrestrials from H.G. Wells's imaginative origins through the diverse spectrum of modern media, it becomes clear that popular culture not only entertains but also shapes and mirrors humanity's evolving relationship with the unknown. The stories we tell about aliens reveal as much about ourselves as they do about the mysteries of the cosmos, blending fear, hope, curiosity, and the timeless desire to connect with something beyond our world. As we continue this exploration, the next logical focus lies in how scientific efforts and technological advances have intersected with public fascination, influencing the search for extraterrestrial intelligence and our understanding of life beyond Earth. While popular culture and anecdotal reports have long fueled human fascination with extraterrestrials, the quest to scientifically detect alien life has evolved through systematic efforts grounded in technology and rigorous inquiry. The scientific search for extraterrestrial intelligence, commonly known as SETI, embodies humanity's rational and technological approach to answering one of the most profound questions: are we alone in the universe? This endeavor combines astronomy, physics, engineering, and biology, using radio telescopes and other tools to scan the cosmos for signals or signs of advanced civilizations beyond Earth. The roots of the scientific search can be traced back to early theoretical considerations about the likelihood of alien life. One of the most influential frameworks was proposed by Frank Drake in 1961 through what became known as the Drake equation. This formula sought to estimate the number of active, communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in our Milky Way galaxy. by multiplying several probabilistic factors: the rate of star formation, the fraction of those stars with planetary systems, the number of planets that could support life, the fraction of planets where life actually arises, the fraction that develop intelligent life, the fraction that develop detectable communication, and the length of time such civilizations release signals into space. Although many of these parameters remain uncertain, the Drake equation provided a crucial conceptual foundation that transformed the search from speculative to scientifically approachable. In the same year, Frank Drake organized the first modern SETI experiment, Project Ozma, using the 85-foot radio telescope at the National Radio Astronomy Observatory in Greenbank, West Virginia. The project aimed to detect narrow bandwidth radio signals considered potential markers of artificial origin from nearby stars, Tau Ceti and Epsilon Eridani. While Project Ozma did not detect any extraterrestrial transmissions, it demonstrated the feasibility of using radio astronomy to search for intelligent life and inspired subsequent efforts. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, SETI initiatives expanded, with improved technology and increased scientific interest. The advent of more powerful radio telescopes and the development of sophisticated signal processing equipment allowed for broader and more sensitive searches. Notably, in 1974, the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico transmitted the Arecibo message, an interstellar radio message aimed at the globular star cluster M13. The message, designed by a team led by Frank Drake and Carl Sagan, encoded basic information about humanity and Earth's location, intended as a symbolic attempt to communicate with potential alien civilizations. Among the most intriguing events in SETI's history was the detection of the WOW signal in 1977, while monitoring the sky with the Big Ear radio telescope at Ohio State University. Astronomer Jerry R. Emmon observed a strong narrowband radio signal that lasted 72 seconds and appeared to come from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. Emmon famously circled the data and wrote "WOW" in the margin, giving the signal its name. Despite numerous attempts, the signal was never detected again, leaving its source unexplained. The WOW signal remains one of the strongest candidates for an extraterrestrial radio transmission. Although natural or terrestrial interference cannot be conclusively ruled out, parallel to these efforts, advances in exoplanet discovery, planets orbiting stars outside our solar system, have invigorated the search for life by identifying potentially habitable worlds. The launch of telescopes like Kepler and the use of ground-based observatories have revealed thousands of exoplanets, some located within their star's habitable zone, where conditions might support liquid water. These discoveries have provided crucial context for refining parameters in the Drake equation and guiding SETI targets. The establishment of dedicated organizations further professionalized the search. The SETI Institute, founded in 1984, brought together scientists and engineers focused on detecting extraterrestrial signals and studying related phenomena. The Institute has led numerous projects, including the use of the Allen Telescope Array, designed specifically for SETI research, capable of simultaneously observing multiple regions of the sky. SETI efforts have not been without controversy and challenges. Funding has been intermittent, with government support fluctuating due to shifting political priorities and skepticism about the likelihood of success. Despite this, private donations and international collaborations have sustained and expanded the research. Critics argue that the search is akin to looking for a needle in a cosmic haystack, given the vastness of space and the unknown variables involved. However, proponents highlight that even a single confirmed detection would revolutionize humanity's understanding of life and our place in the universe. Beyond radio signals, newer methodologies have emerged. Optical SETI explores the possibility of detecting laser pulses or other forms of light-based communication from advanced civilizations. Additionally, astrobiology, the study of life's origins and existence in the universe, has become an interdisciplinary field investigating extreme environments on Earth and potential biosignatures on other planets. Importantly, the scientific search for extraterrestrial intelligence also raises profound philosophical and societal questions. What would the discovery of alien life mean for religion, culture, and human identity? How should humanity respond to a detected signal? These considerations have prompted dialogues that transcend science, involving ethicists, policymakers, and the public as SETI continues to evolve with technological advancements and expanding astronomical knowledge. It remains a testament to humanity's enduring curiosity and desire to connect with the cosmos. The endeavor bridges the speculative origins of alien theories with empirical inquiry, reflecting both our imaginative and analytical capacities. Moving forward from scientific searches, the exploration naturally extends to examining ongoing UFO phenomena and how they influence contemporary beliefs about extraterrestrials. As the cultural fascination with extraterrestrials deepened in the latter half of the 20th century, a parallel phenomenon emerged that intertwined alien belief systems with elaborate conspiracy theories. These narratives, often rooted in secrecy, government deception, and covert operations, have profoundly influenced public perceptions of extraterrestrial life. Far beyond mere speculation, conspiracy theories have become a defining feature of modern alien lore, providing frameworks that explain not only the existence of aliens, but also why such knowledge remains hidden from the masses. Understanding how these theories developed, their historical origins, and the socio-political contexts that fueled their spread offers insight into why they remain so resilient and influential. One of the most enduring and iconic elements of alien conspiracy culture centers around Area 51, a highly classified U.S. Air Force facility located in Nevada. Although officially a testing site for experimental aircraft, Area 51 became synonymous with extraterrestrial secrets due to persistent rumors and alleged whistleblower accounts. Its remote location, restricted access, and intense government secrecy sparked speculation that it housed recovered alien technology, crashed spacecraft, and even alien bodies. The mystique surrounding Area 51 was amplified by reports from former employees and enthusiasts claiming the government conducted secret experiments or collaborated with extraterrestrials. The origins of Area 51's association with alien conspiracies date back to the late 1970s and early 1980s. In 1989, Bob Lazar, who claimed to have worked at a site called S4 near Area 51, publicly alleged that he had been involved in reverse engineering alien spacecraft. Lazar's detailed descriptions of advanced propulsion systems and government cover-ups captivated the public and mainstream media alike. Despite skepticism from many experts and a lack of verifiable evidence, Lazar's narrative became foundational in shaping the mythology of Area 51. His story illustrated the potent combination of secretive government operations, whistleblower testimony, and public fascination that fuels conspiracy culture. Another significant strand in alien conspiracy theories revolves around the supposed existence of a secret government committee called Majestic 12, MJ12. According to leaked documents that surfaced in the 1980s, MJ12 was allegedly formed in 1947 by an executive order from President Harry Truman to investigate and manage extraterrestrial affairs following the Roswell incident. These documents describe a highly classified group tasked with overseeing alien technology recovery and controlling public disclosure. Though the authenticity of these papers has been widely disputed and debunked by many researchers, the MJ12 narrative quickly gained traction among UFOs, enthusiasts, and conspiracy theorists. The Majestic 12 mythos serves as a central pillar for broader beliefs that governments not only conceal alien encounters, but actively collaborate with extraterrestrial beings. Stories of secret pacts, technology exchanges, and alien influence on human affairs abound within this framework. For example, some conspiracy theories claim that alien technology has been integrated into military and scientific projects, granting humanity advanced capabilities hidden from the public. Others suggest that extraterrestrials manipulate global events or influence political leaders through covert means. These conspiracy theories did not develop in isolation, but were deeply shaped by the socio-political climates of their times. The Cold War era, marked by intense distrust between governments and citizens, provided fertile ground for suspicions of secrecy and deception. The clandestine nature of military projects, including nuclear testing and aerospace development, reinforced fears that governments withheld critical information. Moreover, high-profile political scandals like Watergate and the Pentagon Papers eroded public trust in official narratives, making alternative explanations for unexplained phenomena more plausible to many. The rise of mass media and later the Internet further accelerated the spread of alien-related conspiracy theories. Television shows like The X-Files popularized themes of government cover-ups and alien collaboration, embedding them into popular imagination. Simultaneously, tabloid journalism and pulp literature sensationalized whistleblower claims and anonymous leaks, blurring the line between credible reporting and fiction. The Internet's advent created unprecedented avenues for sharing information, allowing conspiracy communities to form, grow, and influence wider audiences without traditional gatekeepers. Psychologically, conspiracy theories fulfill several human needs, which helps explain their persistence. They provide clear explanations for complex, unsettling phenomena and offer a sense of control or understanding in a chaotic world. Belief in alien conspiracies can also create in-group identities among believers, fostering social bonds and shared purpose. The narrative of hidden knowledge elevates believers to a perceived elite status, possessing truths inaccessible to the general public, beyond individual psychology. Conspiracy theories involving aliens intersect with broader cultural and political discourses. They often reflect anxieties about technology, globalization, and loss of sovereignty. The idea that extraterrestrials might be manipulating humanity can serve as a metaphor for fears about powerful unseen forces shaping society. Additionally, some conspiracy narratives incorporate elements of racial or ethnic tensions, apocalyptic predictions, or spiritual awakenings, revealing the multifaceted roles these theories play in contemporary culture that the influence of alien conspiracy theories extends into official government responses and actions. In recent decades, pressure from activists and politicians has led to the declassification and release of numerous UFO-related documents, sometimes intended to dispel rumors but occasionally reigniting speculation. Notably, the 2017 revelation of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AATIP, demonstrated that governments have indeed investigated unexplained aerial phenomena, lending some credibility to the notion that UFOs warrant serious attention. However, the opacity surrounding many of these programs continues to feed conspiracy narratives. The persistence of conspiracy theories about aliens highlights the challenge of distinguishing fact from fiction in a domain where secrecy, uncertainty, and cultural fascination collide. These theories have become an integral part of alien belief systems, shaping how individuals and societies interpret encounters, government actions, and scientific findings related to extraterrestrial life. As these complex narratives continue to evolve, they maintain a symbiotic relationship with both popular culture and scientific inquiry, influencing and being influenced by each. This interplay underscores the ongoing human struggle to understand the unknown and to reconcile fear, hope, and skepticism in the face of cosmic mystery. The natural progression from this discussion leads us to explore how contemporary sightings and government disclosures have affected modern public and scientific views of UFOs and aliens. Among the most provocative and controversial aspects of alien theories is the claim that extraterrestrials not only visited ancient Earth but actively influenced human evolution and technological development. This set of ideas, often referred to as the intervention hypothesis, suggests that certain leaps in human capability and civilization were not purely the result of natural processes or human ingenuity, but were catalyzed by contact with advanced alien beings. Proponents argue that ancient myths, architectural marvels, and unexplained artifacts provide evidence of this influence, while skeptics challenge these claims as misinterpretations or wishful thinking. Exploring this hypothesis involves navigating a complex intersection of archaeology, anthropology, mythology, and speculative interpretation. At the heart of the intervention hypothesis lies the idea that extraterrestrial visitors played a guiding or direct role in shaping humanity's physical evolution, cultural milestones, and technological advancements. Advocates often point to perceived anomalies in the fossil record or abrupt changes in human development as signs that outside intervention was necessary. For example, some suggest that the sudden appearance of anatomically modern humans, or Homo sapiens, roughly 300,000 years ago, accompanied by rapid cultural evolution, cannot be fully explained by conventional evolutionary theory. They propose that alien genetic manipulation or hybridization accelerated human cognitive capacities, language development, and social organization. Historical and mythological texts are frequently cited as further evidence supporting the intervention hypothesis. Ancient civilizations across the globe describe encounters with gods, sky beings, or star people who imparted knowledge and technology. The Sumerian civilization, often central to ancient astronaut theories, left behind detailed, cuneiform tablets recounting the Anunnaki pantheon of deities said to have come from the heavens. Some interpreters claim these beings were in fact extraterrestrials who introduced agriculture, metallurgy, and writing to humanity, thereby jump-starting civilization. Similarly, the Egyptian god Thoth, the Hindu Vimanas, described in Sanskrit texts, and the sky people of Native American lore have been reinterpreted by some as references to alien visitors. One of the most tangible aspects cited in support of the intervention hypothesis involves architectural wonders that seem beyond the technological capabilities of their eras. Structures like the Great Pyramids of Giza, the stone statues of Easter, Island, and the megalithic constructions of Machu Picchu or Puma Punku elicit wonder and debate. Proponents argue that the precision engineering, astronomical alignments, and scale of these monuments indicate knowledge or tools imparted by advanced beings. The precise cutting and fitting of stones weighing multiple tons, the alignment of pyramids to celestial bodies, and the unexplained endurance of these structures challenge conventional explanations of ancient technology. Artifacts such as the Antikythera mechanism, complex ancient Greek device believed to predict astronomical positions, and enigmatic carvings that some interpret as depicting advanced machinery or astronauts add further fuel to the debate. The intervention hypothesis suggests that such items are remnants or legacies of alien technology passed down or observed by ancient peoples. The apparent absence of transitional technological development leading to these artifacts is used to argue that such breakthroughs required outside intervention. Despite these intriguing claims, mainstream archaeologists, anthropologists, and scientists remain highly skeptical. They argue that human ingenuity, gradual technological evolution, and contextual cultural practices sufficiently explain these phenomena. The sudden appearance of modern humans in the fossil record is attributed to natural evolutionary processes, including genetic mutations, environmental pressures, and complex social dynamics. Similarly, the construction of monumental architecture is seen as the product of organized labor, skilled craftsmanship, and accumulated knowledge rather than alien assistance. Skeptics also critique the interpretation of ancient texts through a modern lens, cautioning against anachronism and cultural misunderstanding. Mythological narratives often contain symbolic or religious meaning rather than literal historical accounts. The tendency to read gods or supernatural beings as extraterrestrials is viewed as a projection of contemporary interests onto ancient cultures. Likewise, the marveling at architectural feats sometimes overlooks the ingenuity of ancient engineering methods, tools, and materials that are well documented in historical studies. The intervention hypothesis also faces challenges regarding archaeological evidence and scientific methodology. Many purported artifacts or sites cited by proponents lack rigorous verification, are often based on anecdotal reports, or have alternative explanations grounded in local history. The lack of unequivocal physical evidence, such as alien, biological remains or unambiguous technology, remains a critical barrier to acceptance. Moreover, the hypothesis often conflates gaps in current knowledge with evidence of alien involvement, a logical fallacy known as an argument from ignorance. Nonetheless, the intervention hypothesis continues to captivate public imagination, partly because it offers answers to enduring mysteries and challenges orthodox narratives. It taps into a fundamental human fascination with origins, the cosmos, and the possibility of connection to greater intelligence. By suggesting that humanity's story is intertwined with extraterrestrial visitors, these theories provide a cosmic context that transcends mundane explanations. The debate also intersects with broader questions about human identity and destiny. If ancient aliens did influence human evolution or technology, what does that imply about our autonomy and purpose? Some proponents envision a future where rediscovering this heritage leads to new scientific breakthroughs or spiritual awakenings. Others view the hypothesis critically, warning that it may undermine appreciation for human creativity and achievement. Technological advances in archaeology, genetics, and space exploration continue to inform this discourse. The discovery of ancient DNA, fossil analysis, and planetary exploration missions may shed light on human origins and the potential for extraterrestrial life, respectively. Meanwhile, efforts to maintain rigorous scientific standards and critical inquiry remain essential to distinguishing credible findings from speculation. As the exploration of ancient alien influence persists, it highlights the ongoing human quest to understand our past and place in the universe. These theories, whether embraced or challenged, underscore the enduring allure of the unknown and the desire to uncover hidden truths. The natural continuation from here leads us to examine the modern resurgence of interest in UFOs and extraterrestrial phenomena amid recent government disclosures and scientific openness. The dawn of space exploration in the mid-20th century marked a profound shift not only in humanity's scientific capabilities but also in the cultural landscape of alien theories. As rockets pierced Earth's atmosphere and probes journeyed to distant worlds, public fascination with extraterrestrial life intensified, intertwining technological achievements with age-old questions about the cosmos. The space age introduced new realities and new myths, both rooted in the promises of discovery and the suspicions surrounding secrecy. Understanding the relationship between space exploration and alien theories reveals how advances in science and technology have both fueled and complicated the collective imagination about life beyond Earth. NASA's pioneering missions during the 1960s and 1970s captured the world's attention and imagination. The Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo programs not only showcased human ingenuity but also symbolized the quest for cosmic knowledge. When Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon in 1969, the event was broadcast globally, emblematic of humanity's leap into a broader universe. Yet, even amid this triumph, alternative narratives quickly arose. Moon landing conspiracy theories emerged, almost immediately, questioning the authenticity of the Apollo missions. These theories ranged from claims that the landings were staged on Earth to assertions that the astronauts discovered evidence of extraterrestrial activity on the lunar surface, which governments chose to conceal. Moon landing conspiracies tapped into broader mistrust of government institutions that grew during the Vietnam War and Watergate scandal eras. Skeptics pointed to perceived anomalies in photographic evidence, such as lighting inconsistencies or the absence of stars in lunar sky images, to argue that the landings were fabricated. Others suggested that the barren lunar landscape concealed alien bases or artifacts, the disclosure of which was deliberately suppressed. Despite extensive debunking by experts, these conspiracies remain popular, reflecting the complex interplay between scientific achievement, media representation, and public skepticism. Beyond the moon, NASA and other space agencies turned their sights toward Mars, a planet long associated with the possibility of life. Early observations by astronomers like Percival Lowell fueled speculation about Martian canals and civilizations. With the launch of robotic missions such as Mariner, Viking, and later the Mars rover's Spirit, Opportunity, and Curiosity, humanity gained unprecedented insights into the red planet's geology and potential habitability. The search for water, organic molecules, and biosignatures on Mars has profound implications for alien theories, suggesting that if life existed there, even microbial, it would constitute the first evidence of extraterrestrial biology. Findings of ancient riverbeds, polar ice caps, and methane emissions have kept Mars at the center of scientific and public interest regarding life beyond Earth. However, These discoveries also sparked new waves of speculation and conspiracy. Some enthusiasts interpret images from Mars rovers as showing artificial structures, statues, or signs of past civilizations. Although scientists attribute these to natural geological formations or pareidolia, the human tendency to see familiar shapes in random patterns. Nonetheless, Mars exploration continues to inspire visions of contact, colonization, and the search for alien life within our own solar system. The exploration of exoplanets, planets orbiting stars beyond the Sun, has further expanded the scope of alien theories. Since the first confirmed detections in the 1990s, thousands of exoplanets have been discovered, many within their star's habitable zone, where conditions might support liquid water and life. Space telescopes like Kepler and TESS have revolutionized our understanding of planetary systems, challenging assumptions about Earth's uniqueness and fostering optimism about finding life elsewhere. These scientific advancements have permeated popular culture and alien belief systems alike. The possibility that habitable worlds exist in vast numbers encourages a hopeful outlook on extraterrestrial contact and raises questions about the nature of life throughout the cosmos. Science fiction has embraced exoplanets as settings for interstellar travel, alien societies, and cosmic conflicts, blending real discoveries with imaginative speculation. Moreover, ongoing missions to study planetary atmospheres and search for biosignatures have kept public attention focused on the tantalizing prospect of definitive proof of extraterrestrial biology. The space age also influenced the emergence of new UFO and alien narratives. With the advent of satellite technology and global communications, sightings and reports of unexplained aerial phenomena gained broader visibility. Some theorists speculate that secret space programs or extraterrestrial visitors operate beyond public knowledge, a theme reflected in modern conspiracy theories and science fiction. This melding of space exploration with speculative alien lore demonstrates how scientific progress both informs and complicates popular beliefs. International cooperation in space exploration, such as the International Space Station and plans for Mars colonization, has underscored humanity's shared curiosity and ambitions. These collaborative efforts highlight how alien theories have transcended national boundaries, becoming a global cultural phenomenon. Public engagement with space missions through media coverage, educational outreach, and citizen science projects has democratized access to cosmic knowledge, inspiring new generations to imagine humanity's place in the universe. However, this democratization also poses challenges. The proliferation of information and misinformation on digital platforms blurs lines between credible science and speculative fiction. Misinterpretations of images, videos, and data can fuel rumors and conspiracy theories, complicating public understanding. Scientists and communicators face the ongoing task of engaging audiences with accurate information while respecting the enduring allure of mystery. The intertwined histories of space, exploration, and alien theories reveal a dynamic interplay between fact, fiction, and belief. The realities of space missions ground humanity's cosmic quest in tangible achievements, while the myths and conspiracies that arise around them reflect enduring hopes, fears, and questions about the unknown. As humanity ventures further into the solar system and beyond, these narratives will continue to evolve, shaping how we perceive ourselves and the potential inhabitants of the cosmos. Looking ahead, the natural progression is to explore how future technologies and missions might impact alien theories and humanity's understanding of extraterrestrial life. The widespread belief in aliens and UFOs is not solely the product of external events or physical evidence, but is deeply intertwined with psychological and sociological factors that shape human perception, cognition, and cultural behavior. Understanding why people come to believe in extraterrestrial phenomena requires examining the complex interplay of mental processes, social dynamics, and cultural influences. This multifaceted perspective helps to illuminate how individual experiences, collective anxieties, and historical contexts converge to foster enduring alien belief systems. One fundamental psychological factor involved is the human tendency toward pattern recognition and agency detection. The brain is wired to seek order and meaning in the environment, often leading to the identification of patterns even when none exist, a phenomenon known as apophenia. This predisposition can cause people to interpret ambiguous stimuli, such as lights in the sky or vague shapes, as intentional or intelligent actions, thereby attributing them to extraterrestrial sources. Cognitive biases, including confirmation bias, further reinforce these interpretations as individuals selectively notice information supporting their beliefs, while discounting contradictory evidence. Mass hysteria or collective delusions have also played a significant role in shaping alien beliefs. These events involve widespread anxiety and suggestibility within communities, leading to shared experiences or reports of paranormal or extraterrestrial encounters. One notable example is the 1938 radio broadcast of Orson Welles' The War of the Worlds, which reportedly caused panic among listeners who believed an actual alien invasion was underway. While the extent of this panic has been debated, the incident exemplifies how media can trigger collective emotional responses and blur lines between fiction and perceived reality. Historical UFO waves illustrate how mass social phenomena can influence alien belief systems. The surge of UFO sightings in the summer of 1947 following the Roswell incident and Kenneth Arnold's reported flying saucer observations exemplify how public interest and media coverage can create feedback loops, encouraging more reports and speculation. Communities experiencing stress, uncertainty, or rapid social change are particularly susceptible to such phenomena, as collective fears find expression in extraordinary narratives. Sociological factors also shape how alien beliefs are constructed and maintained within societies. Cultural conditioning plays a pivotal role, as exposure to science fiction, literature, films, and folklore provides a symbolic framework through which individuals interpret unusual experiences. The iconography of grey aliens, flying saucers, and abduction scenarios has become ingrained in popular culture, influencing eyewitness descriptions and testimonies. These cultural scripts offer a language for articulating experiences that might otherwise be ineffable or misunderstood. Social identity and group dynamics further reinforce belief in extraterrestrials. Participation in UFO clubs, online forums, and conventions creates communities where shared narratives and validation of experiences occur. These groups offer social support and a sense of belonging, especially for individuals who may feel marginalized or skeptical of mainstream explanations. The collective construction of knowledge and meaning within these networks fosters enduring commitment to alien belief systems. Psychological explanations also explore the role of altered states of consciousness and sleep phenomena in shaping reports of alien encounters. Sleep paralysis, a condition characterized by temporary inability to move while falling asleep or waking, often accompanied by vivid hallucinations, has been linked to some abduction narratives. Individuals experiencing this can perceive shadowy figures or sensations of pressure, which may be interpreted as extraterrestrial visitation. The similarity between these physiological experiences and reported alien abductions suggests that neurobiological factors contribute to the construction of such beliefs. Moreover, traumatic experiences and the need for coping mechanisms have been proposed as underlying factors in some alien encounter reports. Psychological distress can manifest through dissociative states or symbolic narratives that frame personal difficulties in cosmic terms. The alien abduction story, with its themes of violation, rescue, or transformation, can serve as a metaphorical framework for processing complex emotions and experiences. Historical case studies offer insight into these psychological and sociological dynamics. The famous Betty and Barney Hill abduction case in 1961, widely publicized and studied, demonstrates how memory, hypnosis, and cultural expectations interact in shaping narratives. The Hills' detailed descriptions emerged through hypnosis sessions conducted by a psychiatrist, raising questions about the reliability and construction of memory under suggestive conditions. Their story influenced countless subsequent abduction accounts, illustrating the feedback loop between individual experiences and cultural mythology. Modern research continues to investigate these phenomena using interdisciplinary approaches. Psychologists, neuroscientists, and sociologists study how belief systems form and persist, employing experimental methods, surveys, and neuroimaging techniques. Studies on the need for closure and openness to experience reveal personality traits that correlate with susceptibility to paranormal and extraterrestrial beliefs. Similarly, sociological research highlights the role of media framing, social networks, and trust in institutions in shaping public attitudes toward aliens. The rise of digital media has transformed the landscape of alien beliefs, enabling rapid dissemination of information and misinformation alike. Online communities amplify confirmation biases and echo chambers, while also facilitating critical discussion and skepticism. The democratization of knowledge production challenges traditional gatekeepers and complicates efforts to discern credible evidence from fiction. This new environment underscores the importance of media literacy and critical thinking in navigating alien-related information. Furthermore, alien beliefs intersect with broader societal themes such as existential uncertainty, technological change, and spirituality. In times of crisis or rapid transformation, extraterrestrial narratives can provide frameworks for hope, fear, or meaning-making. They often embody tensions between science and faith, modernity and tradition, skepticism and belief. The symbolic power of alien stories lies in their ability to articulate human concerns about identity, otherness, and the unknown. Recognizing the psychological and sociological roots of alien beliefs does not diminish their significance, but rather enriches understanding of their function and persistence. These beliefs serve as cultural mirrors reflecting human cognition, emotion, and social interaction. They reveal how societies negotiate boundaries between reality and imagination, certainty and mystery. As we consider these insights, the discussion naturally flows into examining how these beliefs influence public policy, media, and the scientific community's approach to unexplained aerial phenomena. Humanity's fascination with extraterrestrial life is a deeply rooted and enduring mystery that transcends time, culture, and discipline. The myriad convincing alien theories that have emerged over centuries reflect not just a search for other beings in the cosmos, but a complex interplay of human curiosity, existential fear, boundless hope, and the enigmatic unknown. This multifaceted quest embodies fundamental aspects of what it means to be human: our desire to understand our origins, our place in the vast universe, and whether we share it with others beyond ourselves. From the ancient civilizations that inscribed tales of gods descending from the stars, to the modern scientific endeavors scanning distant galaxies, the story of alien theories is entwined with humanity's evolving worldview. Historical facts provide a foundation: texts, artifacts, and archaeological sites around which layers of interpretation and imagination have formed. These facts, whether fully understood or still mysterious, serve as touchstones for cultural storytelling, providing symbols and narratives through which people express profound questions about existence. Cultural storytelling, in turn, plays a pivotal role in shaping and sustaining alien beliefs. Mythologies of celestial beings, legends of divine intervention, and modern accounts of UFO sightings all weave into a shared tapestry of human experience. These narratives give voice to collective hopes for connection, fears of invasion or domination, and aspirations for transcendent knowledge. They also function as social phenomena, creating communities and identities that provide meaning and belonging. Scientific inquiry, while often viewed as a counterpoint to myth and speculation, is deeply connected to this quest. The rigorous search for extraterrestrial intelligence, the exploration of our solar system, and the study of life's origins on Earth reflect a profound commitment to uncovering objective truths. Yet science does not exist in a vacuum. It is influenced by cultural contexts and public imagination. Discoveries and unanswered questions alike fuel speculation and inspire new theories, maintaining a dynamic dialogue between empirical evidence and human wonder. This persistent interplay explains why alien theories continue to captivate minds. Across the globe, they thrive in the tension between skepticism and belief, between the known and the unknowable. When definitive proof remains elusive, imagination fills the gaps, creating narratives that are at once thrilling and comforting. They allow individuals and societies to grapple with uncertainty and the vastness of the cosmos, offering frameworks to process complex emotions and existential dilemmas. Moreover, the endurance of these theories highlights the human tendency to seek patterns and meaning beyond immediate experience. In a universe that is largely silent and indifferent, alien theories provide a form of cosmic storytelling that asserts significance and possibility. They challenge us to expand our horizons, question assumptions, and consider the limits of our knowledge. Throughout history, moments of technological advancement and scientific revelation have often been accompanied by renewed waves of alien speculation. The invention of the telescope, the space race, and the discovery of exoplanets each opened new windows onto the cosmos, reshaping how humanity imagines extraterrestrial life. These milestones underscore that the quest for understanding is ongoing, and shaped by the tools and perspectives available at each era at the same time. The social and psychological dimensions of alien beliefs remind us that these narratives are as much about human nature as about the cosmos. They reflect desires for transcendence, fears of the other, and the need for community and meaning. They also reveal how information flows, media representations, and collective experiences influence what societies come to accept as possible or credible. In contemplating the future, the mystery of alien life remains an open question, one that continues to inspire exploration, debate, and reflection. Advances in technology, promise new discoveries, and perhaps one day, definitive answers. Yet even if extraterrestrial life is found, the human stories, hopes, and fears woven into alien theories will likely endure, evolving alongside new knowledge. Ultimately, convincing alien theories are not just about aliens themselves, but about humanity's relationship with the unknown. They are a mirror reflecting our deepest questions and a bridge connecting past myths with future possibilities. In this enduring mystery lies a testament to the power of imagination, the drive for discovery, and the timeless human spirit reaching out to the stars.